I have a 100% hot seat rate. And I've been saying that all day, but I've only been to one other Abraham, so it was really easy. But I'm still here. And the first desire that I really had in my heart was just to say thank you. When we found you 3 years ago, our life was horrible. And our life has changed so much. It is absolutely incredible.
It's a little bit hard to tell. In the moment, what's more active, the horrible or the improvement?
No, it's so good. It's so good.
This is important conversation. Does it feel to you like it was a value to activate the horrible to appreciate the improvement? Wait, now this is a really important question. We're asking everyone, do you need to activate the horrible in order to appreciate the improvement? And yet, isn't that relativity part of it? Just don't get carried away with it. So let's ask the question, why would, we like this so much, why would anyone put extra emphasis on the horrible rather than on the improvement? Ask yourself that question. Why would anyone, we're not saying you did it this time, but why would anyone want to emphasize the struggle over which they have come rather than the thrill of where they are? Why would emphasizing the struggle be something that you would feel inclined to do?
Because it makes it feel so good.
Not really. There's another reason. Because you're trying to relate to others who are still struggling. And you are slightly embarrassed and completely not ready to accept the worthiness of what you've accomplished, and so you don't want to own it. And along with that, you want others to get you. Hardly anybody ever says, my life is so good, because they don't want people whose lives aren't good to not like them for the good life that they're living. And you got to get over that, because your inner being is all the way over there with all the good stuff. When you focus on what you've overcome, the reason that it feels that sort of edgy way is because your inner being didn't go over there with you and remember the past. Because your inner being doesn't look back. And when you do, you went without your inner being. Did you like it? So why would you go without your inner being? What's the upside? Why would you? If it's true, and it is, that your inner being didn't go to the 3 year ago horrible past, then what were you going for? You weren't looking for your inner being over there. Who were you looking for? Other people. Other people. Ooh, don't you love knowing that? Looking for love in all the wrong places. Looking for validation in all the wrong places. Looking for them to get you. Your inner being always gets you. Your inner being has got you. Your inner being knows you. So that was a really wonderful conversation that we just had. You have something else you want to talk about?
It works, though. Sometimes it works.
What do you mean?
Well, one of my desires in coming here was just to inspire people on like how quickly and how like fast this can work and how much your life can change. And
so do that right now. Do that, because so far you didn't do that.
You're right, I haven't.
It's sort of like percentages, you know. If someone is in a really, really terrible place and it gets a little bit better, you could say, I've had 100% improvement. Because that's the way those percentages go. So
okay. Can I do it?
Yeah.
So we went from you already know that.
They're trying not to remember.
Our business has like tripled, quadrupled every year. I remember the first Abraham was so expensive, and this was like, is it really that cheap? But it's the same price. It's just so easy to pay for now. Like we didn't even have to think about it. It's amazing how much things can change just by thinking positively. the cool thing that happened is, as soon as I found Abraham, we got an opportunity to move to Scotland and teach yoga, do this incredible thing, and I took myself with me. And it was the best thing that happened, because I really got to learn that no matter where I go, the work is always right here with you. And the most magical things could happen.
Because wherever you go, you're offering your vibration, and wherever you offer your vibration is your point of attraction. And wherever you offer a point of attraction, your inner being is right there with its point of attraction. And so you've got this juxtaposition of your point of attraction and your inner being's point of attraction everywhere you go. So it doesn't matter where you are, your inner being is always there with you. That's why we're wanting you to not be so aware of where you've been, and just consider where you are, and let the consideration about where you are be mostly about how you feel, which means it's vibrational consideration. It's about how I feel. It's about what I'm thinking about in relationship to what my inner being is thinking about. Yes. We are appreciating your conversation about relevance. And we are appreciating your accurate sensation of improvement. And really, we really want you to hear this and feel this from us, that satisfaction, which is what we want for all of you all the time, comes from only one place, and that's having intention and moving in the direction of that intention. And when you let every moment be about how much satisfaction can I find here and now, because I know that I have a lot of desires that are active and calling energy and cooperative components. And when I decide to allow myself in this moment, through my choice of thoughts, to be one of those cooperative components, then I feel satisfaction. I feel complete satisfaction. And when you begin romping like that, you see, as a teacher, and you are a teacher to the core of your being, you were born to be a teacher. This room is full of teachers and uplifters. That's who you are. But as teachers and uplifters, if there's anything that we want you to hear and leave this gathering knowing and owning, it's that the very people whom you wish to teach cannot gather as much of your attention as you think you should give them. Because if you let those who you are trying to uplift be your primary object of attention, you don't uplift them, they downlift you. Because whatever you're giving your attention to is what you activate. So it feels counterintuitive to you. Every time you try to help somebody and you focus upon the need for help that they have, you clog up your pipe and you disallow your intuitive resources, your impulses, your timing, and then you become part of their struggle. And that's why so many teachers get weary and need refreshment and need vacation, where really teachers and healers could be the most energized, energetic, frisky people on the planet, because you have all these people who have all these requests. And if you're focused upon their requests, not their needs, not the life experience that caused them to put the request in the vortex, but if you're focused upon their requests, which is where their inner being is focused and where your inner being is focused, their needs/requests will give you life forevermore. So if you're helping them on their way to what they're asking for, it's a whole other thing than if you're trying to help them overcome the circumstances of their life. Can you feel that? It is so black and white. So someone says, what do? I'm an uplifter. What does that mean? I help people get what they want. Oh, well, let me tell you about my needs. Jerry and Esther were in a restaurant one day, and they played this game where about once a month or once a day or once a week, didn't matter, it happened often, they would give their server $100 and say to them, our family has this game we play where we pick our favorite server and we give them a special tip. And so it happened whenever it happened. And there was one particular restaurant that they frequented often in San Antonio, and the word sort of got out. And it was really interesting. As they would enter the restaurant, they could see the staff fighting over who was going to get the table. And Jerry said, I fear something has gone terribly wrong here. But then on a pretty regular occasion, somebody would come to the table and during the course of the meal plead their needy case and receive a normal tip. And Jerry would say to Esther with his eyes, and Esther would say to Jerry with her eyes, they don't understand, do they? They think that's the way you get more. You get more by complaining, or you get more by being needy. But the universe doesn't work like that. Need gets more need. You can't get poor enough to help poor people get rich. You can't get sick enough to help sick people get well. You can't be confused enough to help confused people be clear. You got to be where their inner being is in order to be that satellite dish that beams down a signal that calls them forward to who they really are. And you know what's most interesting? When they receive your impetus and they follow the signal and they thrive, they never want to give you the credit for it, nor should they, because all you did was hook them up with their own natural resources, you see. Ooh, we have enjoyed this interaction immensely. This is a really good time for a segment of refreshment.